The Marriage of Heaven and Hell by William Blake, 1757 to 1827. Rintrah roars and shakes his fires in the burdened air. Hungry clouds swag on the deep. Once meek and in a perilous path, the just man kept his course along the vale of death. Roses are planted where thorns grow, and on the barren heath sing the honey bees. Then the perilous path was planted, and a river and a spring on every cliff and tomb, and on the bleached bones red clay brought forth, till the villain left the path of ease to walk the perilous paths and drive the just man into barren climes. Now the sneaking serpent walks in mild humility, and the just man rages in the wilds where lions roam. Rintrah roars and shakes his fire in the burdened air. Hungry clouds swag on the deep. Okay, this is a poem by William Blake. William Blake was born in London. He was born and brought up in Soho. He was a poet and a painter. From a young age, he started to see visions of angels. And yes, he's one of the major poets of the Romantic era. So let's see, what's this poem about? Well, if you look at the title, the poem itself is The Marriage of Heaven and Hell, and heaven and hell getting together. And I think what this poem is talking about is opposites, is differences, is things that seem to be diametrically opposite, things that are opposing forces, and that our world is made up of good and bad, that the church says we must be good, but to understand good we need to understand bad as well. And everything in our lives is a conflict or a mixture or a clash of the struggle between opposing forces. And this is the interplay of good and evil, that we are all part good, part evil. These, we need to embrace both parts. We need to be both parts, and we need to try and reconcile these opposing forces within us, these opposing ideas. We need to go past the idea that we must only be good, and we need to look at all of the parts of ourselves, not just the good part. We need to look at everything, and that rebellion and the rejection of the norms of society are good. That these are things that we need to rebel against the institution of society, or the institutions of society. We need to fight against institutionalized religion, against established social norms and social conventions, because they in themselves they are a mixture of good and bad, and we need to look at both sides of these things. So, Rintrah roars and shakes his fires in the burdened air. So Rintrah is a character invented by William Blake for this. And Rintrah is a symbol of chaos, a symbol of rebellion. This is like the prophet in the wilderness who says, society is wrong, you're doing the wrong things, that you should be doing things in this way. Rintrah is kicking the money lenders out of the temple. Rintrah is saying that society is, or the norms of society are not right, that they need to be challenged. Hungry clouds swag on the deep, so hungry clouds are hanging down on the deep. And this gives this whole poem, we're straight into it with this biblical air, dark clouds hanging down over the sea, over the deep, and the prophet Rintrah roaring and shaking fire, burning fires in the air. Once meek and in a perilous path, the just man kept his course along the vale of death. So the just man used to be meek, he used to be humble, and he would follow the dangerous path, the path of righteousness, the path of doing the good thing, his dangerous course through the valley of death. So in the past, the good man would follow the path, the path of good through the valley of death. But he used to be meek and humble. But now this implies that he is proud of himself because he's following the right path. And here, pride following the right path. This is the idea of religion saying, the organized religion saying, we are good, we are doing the right thing. Roses are planted where thorns grow, and on the barren heath sing the honeybees. So the bad things, places where thorns grow, there is beauty, there is wonder in the places where thorns grow. There are honeybees on the barren heath where there is nothing. So these, I think, represent the places where the society says these are bad things, but actually there are good and beautiful things within them. And this is the idea of the marriage of heaven and hell, the mixture of good and bad. Then the perilous path was planted, and a river and a spring on every cliff and tomb. So the dangerous path through the valley of death, it was planted and made beautiful and made easy. And this was no longer the easy path. This was no longer the dangerous path, and a river and a spring on every cliff and tomb. You don't normally find rivers and springs on cliffs and tombs. So beauty, or life and vitality is coming out of death. There is newfound vitality. The rivers and the springs, these are new life coming out from the cliffs, coming out from the tombs. And on the bleached bones red clay brought forth. And and death is bringing forth new life. This is a transformation of death into new life, into new possibilities. Till the villain left the path of ease to walk in perilous paths and drive the just man into the barren climes. And here the villain, the bad person, has left the easy road to follow in dangerous paths, but the villain is driving the just person into dangerous situations. So here, the action of villains is making things difficult and more dangerous for for the righteous people. And this is here again the mixture of the good and the bad, because if the just man goes into the barren climes, then he learns new things. He learns strength in adversity. Now the sneaking serpent walks in mild humility. So the serpent is the symbol of evil. And now humility, so the evil is being humble. And the just man rages in the wilds where the lions roam. So now the roles have been reversed, that evil is humble and taking the role of the servant. And here the just man is in the lonely wilderness. He's fighting against wild things. He's fighting against untamed passions. Yeah, he rages in the wilds where lions roam. And this is a reversal of roles. And this is almost a rebellion within what is right. And here we go again. Rintrah roars and shakes his fire in the burdened air. So, things are not right. The prophet says that the way society is put together is not right. That the church that says it is right, that is doing the right thing, is now in a is now doing all sorts of terrible things. It's involved in state tyranny, and it's even involved in slave putting children in slavery. For example, the orphans being the chimney sweeps. Hungry clouds swag on the deeps. The future is ominous if we continue in this way. So, The Marriage of Heaven and Hell by William Blake.